God is keep moving, and sometimes we get stagnated, amen, in one place, and then certain people. So God, every now and then, you got to move something. You got to reset something. Amen, amen. So today we want to talk about, amen, living a life of devotion. Amen. Why we need to live a life of devotion? I'm a firm believer, Brother Mike, that devotion and being devoted to something is like having a habit.
Okay, that's right.
You know what a habit is, Brother Brooks. We all have habits.
Amen.
I say we all have some kind of habit. Some of us have good habits, and some of us have bad habits. Some of us have bad. A habit is a thing done often, and hence it becomes easily. A usual way, a common way of doing things is something like an addiction.
Yeah. Come on.
When you have a habit. Some of us, I can go back, some of us have some bad habits. Have anybody ever been delivered for some of their bad habits? I have. Some of us still struggling with habits. But here it is, amen. If you're going to live a life of devotion, you got to have something going on. Amen. Follow me here. In this first chapter of Daniel, I want to be brief so I can get to the 6th chapter. I got to go through 5 chapters to get to chapter number 6.
Come on in, Phil.
I got to go through 5 chapters
You got to roll.
to get to chapter number 6.
Okay, right.
So the first episode in the life, y'all know Daniel. Y'all know about the 3 Hebrew boys. The first episode does focus on a key issue faced by all the Jewish exiles. How could one live? I want us to ask our own self this question. How could one live in a foreign land with foreign food and foreign customs and yet remain faithful to God and His law? This is Daniel and the 3 Hebrew boys. They had been exiled, taken from their homeland, placed in a foreign culture, some place they weren't used to living. But it's a good thing when you're in another place that you still hold on to the same God.
That's right. Yeah, preach it. All right. Come on now.
So they remained faithful to God and His law. So first of all, in chapter 1, we see living a life of distinction.
Yes, sir.
They was distinctive. They was different. Come on now. Daniel, he provides a model. He was courageous enough not to compromise, but wise enough to seek a solution acceptable to all. Can I get a witness here? Y'all know the 31st chapter. When they wanted to get a certain type of food. They wouldn't eat the king's meat. Came to the leader of the servants and made a deal with them, if you would, and say, let us eat these beans and these vegetables 10 days. And if we don't look better than the rest of them, then you can do something to us. But they distinguished themselves from the rest of them by not eating the king's meat. If we're going to make it in 2021, we got to live a life of distinction. We have to be different. Can I get a witness here? And because of their faithfulness, because of their faithfulness, Daniel was rewarded. We move to chapter 2, living a life of confidence. If you're going to make it, saints of God, you got to be confident. You can't be wishy-washy. You can't be going around, losing your hope, but you got to have confidence in God and even in yourself. Can I get a witness here? So here it is in chapter 2, Nebuchadnezzar dreams a dream. The king had a dream, although he could not remember it, substance, it weighed heavily on his mind. Y'all know the story, chapter 2. I'm just walking through the chapters here. Nobody could interpret the dream because they didn't know what the dream was. And Nebuchadnezzar would not tell them what the dream was because he thought they might try to run a game on it. Can I just be real? So he said, if you can't interpret the dream, if you can't tell me what it is and interpret it, yes, I'm going to have all of you all executed. So here it is. The king ordered for all the professional interpreters to be executed. But Daniel obtained a stay of execution. Yeah, because he had somebody in his life that can interpret a dream. Know the substance of a dream. And Daniel goes to God, amen, and pray to God that God would give him the understanding of the dream. He had confidence to know that if he go to God, come on here somebody, things can change in your life if you go to God. Can I get a witness? So he goes to God and God shares the vision with Daniel. Daniel come back and tells Nebuchadnezzar, amen, what the dream means. And it was after Daniel prayed, he received from God both the substance of the dream and his interpretation. Shared it with the king, then the king promoted Daniel and his companion to important position in Babylon. That's chapter 2. If you make it a habit to pray.
All right. Yes.
A
habit.
If you make it a habit to pray, God is able to lift you up. If you make it a habit of praying. Come on, somebody. I ain't just talking about prayer. I'm just about to. I said I'm just. But that was my part of chapter 6. If you make a habit of praying, you'll be able to make it through some tough times. If you learn how to talk to God, not only in the tough time, even when things are going good, God has a way of elevating you. God has a way of blessing you. You know, it's a sad commentary when you just call on God when you're in trouble. I know most about 95% of us up in here have experienced that. Whenever you get in trouble, that's when you pray. God want to hear from us day by day. When things are good, God want to hear from us. When you're going through something, God want to hear from us. Amen. God is worthy. Daniel lived a life of confidence. And the king promoted Daniel. And I said, if you make it a habit of praying, God will reveal some things to you. Have you ever been in the blind?
20 years.
Come on. Have you ever been in the blind? Come over here. Something you just didn't know. Something you didn't understand. So talk about over here. Talk about over here the same way. There's some things that you didn't understand, but you went in prayer. And God made that thing known to you.
That's right.
God will show you some stuff. Come on here, somebody. I'm just about to do that. God will show you some things if we spend time with God. God will show you yourself if you spend time with God. God will reveal to you some things about yourself that you didn't even realize about yourself. But you got to spend time with Him. So the story continues. Focusing on Daniel's 3 friends. So Nebuchadnezzar, Brother Hershey, he constructed a massive gold statue. You understand? Tall. An image. And he made a decree that he wanted everybody to bow down and worship God. If you're going to learn how to live in 2020, you got to be careful what you worship.